Howdy, y'all, and welcome back to Texas Marks the Spot podcast, where I, Sharita, will take you on a journey into Texas's past, hoping to uncover treasure along the way. Before I continue, I would like to preface that while Texas history is filled with stories of resilience, adventure, and discovery, it's also a history marked by deep racial inequality. Many legends, including the one we're discussing today, were originally told using language that disrespected the very people at the heart of these stories. The lost gold mine of the Big Bend is still often referred to by a slur. In most recent accounts, the man behind the legend has rightfully been recognized by his name, Bill Kelley. As we uncover these tales, it's important to remember that history is shaped by the way we tell it. Moving forward, we have the power to do better, to acknowledge the past while ensuring that every person is remembered with the dignity they deserve. The deserts of West Texas are no stranger to tales of hidden fortunes. Gold fever has long haunted those who dare to chase its gleam, but some legends carry a darker weight. Deep in the rugged terrain of the Big Bend region, where the Rio Grande carves through unforgiving canyons, whispers of a lost gold mine have endured for over a century. Some say it lies near Reagan Canyon. Others claim it's buried beneath rock slides or swallowed by time itself. But all versions of the legend agree on one thing. The gold was found by a man who would never get the chance to claim it. Our story begins in 1887 in Dryden, Texas. A young black Seminole man named Bill Kelley worked for the Reagan brothers, John, Jim, Frank, and Lee, on their ranch. Some accounts state that he was 14 years old and others 19. Kelley was known as a cook and horse wrangler. It was known he could not read nor write, but his ability to catch a stray horse was impressive. The brothers needed someone like him, but what set him apart wasn't his work. It was what he claimed to have found. Kelley came across a strange discovery while searching for a lost horse. What he thought was brass turned out to be something much more valuable. Gold. Some say he stumbled into a cave where veins of gold ran thick through the rock. Others claim he found a cache, left behind by long-forgotten Spanish miners. And the most tragic stories claim that it was part of a cruel trick that other landowners wanted to play on the Reagans, and Kelley was used as a pawn. Once Kelley announced his discovery, the Reagan brothers laughed, dismissing his words as nonsense, and showed annoyance that Kelley did not bring back their missing horse. But the next day, Kelley returned with a lump of gold ore in his hand. This time, his claim wasn't just words, it was proof. Yet, instead of praise or excitement, he was met with scorn and told to spend his time looking for strays instead of hunting for mines. The Reagans refused to listen, and Kelley bided his time. It turns out that the Reagan brothers were not running as clean of a business as some would assume, and were using the canyon to conceal their stolen livestock. As soon as Kelley had a chance, he caught a train to San Antonio. He befriended a conductor, Locke Campbell, and entrusted Campbell with his secret. Campbell showed no humor or scorn after seeing Kelley's prize, and offered to have it examined by an assayer, and he would send the results back to Reagan's ranch. Kelley returned to the ranch and to his work of rounding up horses and cattle while patiently awaiting word from Campbell. But the Reagan brothers were growing suspicious of Kelley and feared he might let slip that they were stealing local livestock. After several weeks, a letter arrived for Kelley. Unfortunately, he was out on the range and didn't arrive for 3 more days. Upon his arrival, the cook immediately sought him out and warned him that he overheard the Reagans reading Campbell's letter, and the gold was real and pure, worth $80,000 to the ton. This is where the stories take different turns. Some claim Kelley borrowed a horse and disappeared into the desert, never to be seen again. Another story claims he obtained work on a nearby farm to save money and then fled to Mexico. Others say the Reagan brothers, realizing too late that Kelley had indeed found gold, overtaken by greed and fear that their thievery would be discovered, killed Kelley and disposed of his body in the Rio Grande. Whatever the truth, one thing was certain: the Reagans were now obsessed. They spent the rest of their lives scouring the land, desperate to find the treasure they had once mocked. They weren't the only ones. As the years passed, the legend of Kelley's lost gold mine spread, drawing treasure hunters from far and wide. In 1899, a British mine owner, William Broderick Cluta, was so convinced of the mine's existence that he funded an expedition, offering thousands of dollars for its discovery. In 1909, another seeker, armed with a supposed map, even obtained a mining permit from Mexican authorities, believing the treasure lay across the border. Locke Campbell even joined the hunt. He was convinced the fortune lay somewhere within 8 miles of Reagan Canyon. He spent the rest of his life funding prospectors and even searching himself, on the back of a burro, chasing a ghost. But the mine remained elusive. Some believe it had been deliberately hidden. Others speculated that the gold wasn't a mine at all, but rather Spanish treasure lost to time. Another theory suggested that a group of fleeing Mexican revolutionaries had dropped the gold while escaping, only for it to be buried beneath shifting desert sands. Despite the countless searches, the lost gold was never found. Was it ever real? Or was it just another desert mirage, luring the greedy and the desperate to their downfall? The answer, most likely, still lies buried beneath the dust of West Texas, waiting for the right pair of hands to unearth it. After all, legends don't die. They just wait to be rediscovered. Thanks for joining me on this journey into mystery and legend. If you enjoyed this tale, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share to keep the tales alive. And who knows? Perhaps the mine is still out there, waiting to be uncovered by you. Or like so many treasures of the past, it has faded into legend. Either way, one thing is certain. In Texas, mystery and fortune often go hand in hand. And if you're lucky enough, you might just find that Texas marks the spot.